Hello, hello, everybody. Good morning. I am live with Chelsea and her beautiful baby boy. Hello, hello, Chelsea. Thanks for joining me this morning. So, for you guys have probably seen me chat with Chelsea before. It has been such an incredible. Woo, I have like double with Chelsea. I have like double listening to me here. Woo. Gosh, I'm loud. You guys listen to me? I love it. So you've heard me speak with Chelsea before, and I think you'll be able to share with me the transformation that has been Chelsea over the last like 5 months. It has been absolutely incredible to watch you grow. So Chelsea, you've been in network marketing for about 5 years, yes?
Yep.
Yes, awesome. What gravitated you to network marketing to begin with?
I started with a company even before that. It just was not the company for me. So finding doTERRA, I knew this was something, like first I loved the product. I knew that.
Yep.
And becoming a customer had to be the way first for me.
Yep.
But I knew this was a way that I could grow something from home and then grow it on a larger scale so that I could have and generate income to support my family. Like I loved growing my own thing, but it just takes a lot more effort and work.
Yeah. Well, you even started network marketing before you had kids, right? Because your oldest is a lot younger than 5, right? So you were kind of like looking ahead. So there's lots of people that are in right now. And we've been really looking at this week. Why are you in this model? But really getting honest with how you feel about it, because how you feel about it is what you will attract. And we've been talking about a lot of the law of attraction. Now, you had participated in Awaken Abundance when I offered it the first time back in November. And we talked a lot about the content that we're talking about this week, but I mean, not specifically in terms of how it could impact a network marketing business. So now that you've been studying with me for the last 5 months, every single day, immersing yourself in this, what did you like back in November? What did you think of what this message and this lifestyle and this whole like studying concept? What were you thinking of it back then?
I knew I wanted to show up bigger. I just didn't know how. And I knew there were so many things within me that was holding me back from growing bigger and sharing a message on a bigger level. So then, learning it, the little tiny bit in Awaken Abundance was enough for me to realize this was the course that I needed to do in order to achieve that goal and to grow bigger. And then now knowing what I know now, being in lesson 11 is like insane. I didn't think I was going to be at this point and know all of this information.
So cool, right? So Chelsea's in Thinking into Results. So she starts, so it's 12 lessons over the course of 6 months, and Chelsea's like in lesson 11. And so when she says like, oh, okay, well, I just thought it was going to be just this mini. No, it's not. Describe Thinking into Results. Just describe it. How would you describe it?
It would be like, it's more than anything I ever imagined, because we know that so much of this is not taught in school or anything in general life. We're never told any of this information, which we know it should be taught in schools and to young kids. But Thinking into Results to me is so much more than I ever imagined. Like growing myself, learning about myself, and like for me, gaining the confidence was huge. Like I never realized how much I actually lacked in confidence until doing the whole lesson on confidence. And so having that piece has now just like helped me become a better wife, become a better mom, become a better business leader. Like now I can show the way and like have a path for all of my future builders to come on my team to know like this is how we do things in my organization, and it'll be different than anyone else that does it. So it'll just be because people are gravitating towards me because it's me. Like they could do doTERRA with anyone, but they're gravitating to work with me. So that has been a piece that I definitely needed.
That's so cool. And that's the thing, right? I remember when I first started thinking into results, I went into it going, okay, I know, like I've been at this business for years and I'm going like this. I'm having results and then not, and then having and not. And when I first, I had met a friend who was in network marketing who did thinking into results, had huge gains, like 10x her income, was attracting in, right? And now, but I had no idea, like I had heard of the law of attraction and like I had watched The Secret back in the day with Bob Proctor and thought, oh, that's a really cool concept. But I didn't understand that it's that one concept that is literally governing everything in our universe. And if I just work with it and focus on what I want, that I can have anything that I want, right? And so I got into it going, oh, I want to, I want those results in my business. But you're right, Chelsea, like you end up, I'm like, I parent differently now. Like I'm responding versus reacting. I'm calmer. And it's like what yesterday we talked about, stepping into who you want to be with your goal achieved and acting from that space, right? So it's like when you're acting from that space, you can't help but act different because nothing, and make decisions in a different way too, which is like so cool. Have you been noticing the impact of what that's having on you?
Yeah, for sure. It's like you said, I make decisions differently. Like I don't react nearly as much as I used to when it comes to my kids. And it's just teaching my kids that is now like the biggest piece, because like they're going to take that because they're going to be raised this way their entire childhood, more so for this one because he's still so young, but like they're going to be able to take that into their life and that they'll grow up with this too. And it's just so exciting
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's all going to come into.
So for anybody that's watching and is going like, oh, like, okay, I'm already doing network marketing and I'm working full time, or maybe they're like you and they're on mat leave. And they're going like, how do I want to do something to grow myself, but I don't even know how I'm going to fit it in. What do you say to them? As she puts her baby down.
Yeah, as you can see, my office is full of toys. I would say you have to start somewhere. You have to find what your passion and purpose is. For me, it's sharing everything about natural health. And that just plays into every other piece that now has grown into my vision and my goals from what I originally thought. I still have my original goal and vision, but now it's expanded so much bigger to that. Like I am now showing up to help other moms and other pregnant women and everything. So like it just start somewhere, like find what that goal or that purpose or passion is of yours and just run with it. Like I had an email come in this week from my prenatal yoga teacher, and she's offering a doula training. Just like, of course.
Of course she is.
So yeah, I'm gonna have a call with her today and talk more about it.
That's awesome.
But just listen to those signs, because I've been talking about wanting to show up more in the birth world, and it just popped into my inbox.
Of course it did. No coincidences, Chels. So Chelsea, what would you say, out of, there's lots of different aspects that we have connected. So for Thinking into Results, we have like everything's digitally where you get to listen to Bob, listen to myself. Then we have like weekly calls set up with myself. We get Q&As with Bob Proctor. We have study club. You're about to start mastermind groups, all of these things. What would you say has been your favorite piece?
Probably like each lesson has a favorite piece for me, because I'm always learning something, taking so much out of each lesson. For sure, all the books we have read. I wasn't a huge reader before, but the books
up until yesterday.
Up until yesterday. All the books have been incredible that I have more so this one, The Magic, has been like just tuning into that like gratitude and having gratitude for everything you do and all the things that come into your life is, it's like there's no wonder that it can help so many people with health issues and everything.
Now that's a book that we're studying in the High Vibe Society. So the High Vibe Society is a separate group. You get it included with Thinking into Results, but the High Vibe Society is a community where it has like coaching and meal plans and a lot of different things in it. But we actually are studying and doing the Magic Challenge right now. So that's where that book's coming from. But there's always, I remember when I first started studying, it was going through each lesson and how easy it was that it held me accountable, because I was really, the hardest part for me in my network marketing business was like, no one's holding me accountable. Like I had my upline who was like, I would have calls with once a week, but if I didn't do what I said I was going to do, what was she going to do about it? Go, Dylan, you said you're going to, like, that was just about it, right? Which wasn't enough for me, right? I literally needed something there, not letting me get in my own way. So for me, the study clubs were key, like showing up every morning, doing my studying and knowing that there was people there that were going and studying the exact same stuff as I was and were like guiding me through it. That was like one of my absolute favorite parts. And now it's like, I will never not study during that time, right? It's so effective, right?
Yeah. When sharing like all your wins and all the things that come up each morning with all those people, because now they've become your family, or you talk to them about almost everything. So it's just so cool sharing all these little things and how excited everyone gets for everyone else for like sharing all that stuff during that hour or 20 minutes, I guess, of like the actual face-to-face or Zoom study group. But yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yeah. And I feel like in a time when I feel disconnected from humanity because I'm not doing all of the things I normally would be doing, that I feel like study club and the community that comes with it has just been such a godsend, because it's like, okay, like I have people that I'm like connecting with every single day and that I'm bouncing ideas off of. Like that's just been such a cool experience. So, and even too, like you can see, because everybody's at different stages, how, because everybody starts with a goal, like the whole point, lesson 1, we spend 2 weeks on it, is coming up with that goal. So how would you say your goal has shifted when you first started and you were like, yep, I got my goal, right? Because people are going through Awaken Abundance right now and they're like, oh, I got this goal. Okay, I did the worksheet. How would you say your goal has shifted from then to now?
Like my overall goal is still the same, but it has grown so much. Like I went into being like, I'm going to be a doTERRA leader. And now it is so much more than that. Like doTERRA is still a piece of my, oh my good Lord. doTERRA is still a piece of my goal, but now it's just shifted more into like specifically who am I going to help, and like why do I want to show up and help these, like help more people, and more moms in particular, and everything. So it's just, yeah.
And I noticed that you're expressing differently too, right? Because the biggest thing that holds a lot of network marketers back is they have this passion for this product, whatever they're sharing, whatever they're building, or this company, or this concept, whatever their reason for getting into it is, but they're like holding back, right? And whether it's, because they were told something about network marketing, or they were told something about that product, or the price of the product, like, oh, it could be, you could get it cheaper somewhere else or whatever, right? And they're just getting in their own way and they're not expressing. And if you're not expressing and you're holding that in, that's what builds on the fear and then anxiety, right? Around everything.
Yeah, for sure.
That's so cool. I love it. So now that you know what you know, what would you say your biggest mindset tip is that you want to share with everyone as they are building their business?
That's a tough one. I would have
What's been yours?
The biggest thing for me is showing up for what works for me and what feels good. So like being a mom of 2 young kids, it takes like juggling of knowing when I can be in business and when I can be a mom. So it's just like knowing and setting boundaries and time blocking and all of that stuff to the best of my ability. Obviously, I can't 100% time block with a nursing baby, but just knowing that, okay, for this hour, I'm going to have time to work on this. And then actually going and doing that, not getting distracted and not like doing something on my phone or whatever. It's like that hour, okay, I need to go and follow up with this person, and knowing what I need to do before it, like I would sit down for business time and not know exactly what to do, or I would get super distracted or whatever. So it's just like, okay, now I know what is going to grow my business, what is going to make it like grow even bigger, and how I can show up in that time is important to me. So yeah, time blocking, because we've done it now as a family, has been huge, of knowing, okay, like we work out at this time, like I work on this time, my son goes to daycare during this time. So then, yeah.
But not just that, Chelsea. When you and I first met, you knew what to do. You just weren't doing it.
Yes.
Right? There was a big gap between what you knew to do and what you were actually doing. So it's not that and I didn't give you any more hours in a day, right? You always had 24 hours in a day. Now it is because you are so clear on your goal and where you're going, and you have all of these tools in your tool belt where you can go, okay, like I can actually have it all. Like it's not I'm doing business or I'm momming. It's I can do this business and mom, right? Like half the time you're studying or you're doing stuff like this with a kid on your lap. Like you're doing it all, right? And but it's that mindset shift around taking what you know to do and rocking it in the way that Chelsea's supposed to, and expressing it, right? Which is the huge growth that I've seen in you, and you're expressing like all over the place, which is like so cool. Oh, so cool.
Yeah. I love it. That kind of goes along with like the whole TIR program, is that I've always had these tools, but I just wasn't aware that I had them. Yep. And so this program doesn't really give you anything. It just gives you the knowledge on how to use the stuff you already have, which I found so powerful, because who knew we had this? No one told us.
Nope. But it's like immersing yourself too, like when you actually study it versus like I could give you, like I recommend this book to everybody. I can give it to you and say, here you go. But that's not, it's in the study, it's in the reflection, it's in the talking with other people about it. It's in like, and Bob does such an incredible job of putting it together in a way that just makes sense to everyone. Like you don't need to have a PhD in neurology, and he gets you in on how everything works, how our mind works with the universe, right? Which is like, and it's easy. I don't know about you, but I needed easy. Like when I first started, I was just like, just tell me what to do. I'm open, I'm willing, just give me what I need and then I'll do it, right? And it's like, as long as you're willing to show up and be consistent with it and study, then you get all these tools that you already had, right? And this is what I'm saying to everybody this week. Like we have everything we need inside of us. We're just not using it. 97% of humanity isn't using it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Wake up, everybody.
Yeah.
I want to shake. So good. Anything you want to add, my friend?
Just how much you learn about yourself. Again, we're not taught this. We're not told to study ourselves. We're told to study everything else, but not ourselves.
Yep.
Like I want to know who I am, figure out my full potential.
Yep. Or we go like to counseling 3 times a week and we sit there and we talk about the past and what happened in the past and why that happened. And it's like, well, you can't do anything about it, but that's where I'm going to spend 3 days a week focusing. Right. And it's like, when you know where you want to go in the future and you focus on that, right? If like attracts like, how are we going to spend our time? Right. That was a big shift for me. I mean, that's what I went to school for. Like I'm a trained social worker. And I'm like, ooh, that's why that wasn't resonating with me. Yep. Right. Like it just.
I've been there, done that.
Oh, right.
Not seeing any results.
Yeah. Right. So this is where like having that goal and then constantly immersing yourself in that goal, thinking from that place to get different results. That's why it's called thinking into results.
Yep.
So good. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Chels, for joining me.
Thank you.
You are such a rock star. And I just love like watching you grow every single day, like aha moments constantly. And Chelsea, so you can see when you have an aha moment, you'll be sitting there and it's like, you just go like, what? Even if you're muted on Zoom, like, how did we know this? And you're just, yeah, it's so funny. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Awesome. Well, you have a great day, my friend. And thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us.
Yes. Thank you, Dylan.
Bye.
Bye.